One of the most unexpected developments in the 2025 Formula One driver carousel is a rumor that has rapidly gained traction. George Russell might be preparing to exit Mercedes and make a high-profile switch to Aston Martin. Yes, the very same George Russell once considered Lewis Hamilton's successor, the driver Mercedes anticipated would carry the team into the future beyond Hamilton. Now, increasing chatter suggests that the Brackley-based squad could be ready to part ways with him. But what's fueling this speculation? And how does Max Verstappen suddenly factor into the equation? Let's examine the unfolding story. Russell's existing contract with Mercedes is due to expire at the end of the current season. As we progress through the final phase of 2025, there remains no official confirmation of a renewal. Both Russell and team principal Toto Wolff have maintained that their visions for the future are completely aligned. Still, the lack of a formal agreement indicates that the situation behind closed doors may be more complex than it appears. According to insider sources, Aston Martin is earnestly seeking Russell's signature for a long-term role starting in 2026. At first glance, such a move might appear lateral or even regressive. But when viewed in the current competitive landscape, it tells a very different story. Aston Martin today is a fundamentally different organization from just a few seasons ago. With a factory-backed power unit deal from Honda set to commence in 2026, and the technical leadership of Adrian Newey, arguably the most influential designer in the sport's history, the team from Silverstone is laying the foundation for a major performance leap. Strategically, it's a logical direction. Lance Stroll's position within the team is effectively locked in, thanks to ownership by his father Lawrence Stroll. However, Fernando Alonso, despite consistently strong performances, is now 43 years old. As the sweeping regulation changes of 2026 approach, doubts naturally arise about Alonso's long-term participation. Signing Russell would mark a bold generational pivot and signal a firm intent to contend for championships. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Several paddock insiders believe Aston Martin's plans extend beyond just Russell. Toto Wolff's admiration for Max Verstappen is well documented. Remarkably, after the controversial on-track clash between Max and George during the Spanish Grand Prix, Wolff adopted a surprisingly composed stance, even showing hints of empathy toward Verstappen. Such neutrality is highly atypical for a team boss defending one of his own drivers. When questioned about Verstappen's driving in Barcelona, Wolff speculated that the Dutchman might have been employing a tactical maneuver, perhaps allowing George to pass, with the intention of retaking the position immediately after. Notably, he stopped short of assigning blame, and instead suggested there could have been sound reasoning behind Verstappen's actions. This opens up a bigger question. Has Mercedes' internal focus quietly shifted? If Verstappen is indeed the cornerstone of Wolff's blueprint for 2026, then Russell's departure may not only be accepted, it might be orchestrated. But what if Aston Martin's aspirations are even greater? What if their ultimate goal is to unite both Russell and Verstappen under the same banner for 2026? It sounds ambitious, almost unbelievable. Yet rumors suggest that preliminary steps toward such a scenario are already in motion. Earlier this year, speculation emerged about an extraordinary $300 million bid by Aston Martin to lure Verstappen. While the team publicly denied making any formal offer, their statement did little to dampen the speculation. They reaffirmed their commitment to their current driver pairing, which is under contract through 2026. But seasoned observers know contracts can often be rendered meaningless when astronomical sums and compelling prospects are involved. With Adrian Newey contributing to car design, Honda supplying engines, and the team preparing a potentially race-winning package, Verstappen may be presented with an offer too compelling to decline. Meanwhile, George Russell has reportedly been engaging in private discussions with top figures from other teams. During the Australian Grand Prix weekend, he was seen deep in conversation with McLaren's Zach Brown and Andrea Stella, despite the team having Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris secured on long-term deals. Coincidence? Possibly. But Russell was also spotted sharing a warm moment with Flavio Briatore, now an advisor to Alpine. Then came perhaps the most revealing development. Credible sources claimed that Russell held a private meeting with Red Bull principal Christian Horner. This encounter wasn't casual. Horner publicly acknowledged Russell's abilities, stating it would be short-sighted not to consider him as a future option. Clearly, Russell is keeping his options open, and his future with Mercedes appears far less secure than once believed. A central figure in all of this is Adrian Newey. After leaving Red Bull, Newey's decision to join Aston Martin as a leading technical figure sent waves through the paddock. His appearance at the Monaco Grand Prix, where he was observed analyzing McLaren's performance up close, was far from symbolic. It demonstrated his hands-on involvement in shaping Aston Martin's path forward. For Russell, joining a team with Newey at the helm could represent the best opportunity of his career to pursue a world title beyond the Mercedes framework. And here's where things reach a boiling point. If Aston Martin does succeed in signing both Russell and Verstappen, Formula One might be heading toward one of its most electric driver combinations ever, rivaling past partnerships like Hamilton and Rosberg, or even Prost and Senna. The clash of competitive instincts, elite talent, and vastly different personalities would create a spectacle that could dominate headlines. These two are far from allies. Their past skirmishes on the track have been anything but cordial. Both are fierce competitors, known for their aggressive styles and uncompromising attitudes. Putting them together under one roof could lead to an explosive rivalry. Team debriefs could quickly turn into strategic standoffs. While on paper the duo would be unmatched, on the track it could go either way, elevating Aston Martin to unprecedented heights or triggering internal turmoil. Regardless, the fans would be in for an unforgettable show every race weekend. And what becomes of Mercedes in all of this? That question remains unanswered. Reports suggest that the team is still at the forefront of power unit development for 2026, much like they were leading up to the turbo hybrid revolution in 2014. Letting a driver of Russell's caliber leave seems counterproductive, unless, of course, they already have a master plan. And again, all signs appear to converge on Verstappen. If Wolff can achieve the improbable and recruit the reigning champion, it would not only reshape Mercedes' destiny, but also clarify their seemingly relaxed stance on Russell's contractual situation. Whether Russell re-signs with Mercedes or embraces a fresh start with Aston Martin, what lies ahead in 2026 promises to be nothing short of extraordinary. The championship landscape is about to undergo a massive transformation. With such drastic rule changes, history has shown that no team, no matter how dominant, is immune to disruption. It's a reset button for the entire grid. Past frontrunners may falter, while underdogs might seize the moment. Two teams almost certainly destined for major change are Red Bull and Aston Martin. Despite recent success, Red Bull may find it challenging to adapt to the new engine formula, particularly with Honda stepping away and Ford entering the fray. Aston Martin, on the other hand, powered by a revitalized partnership with Honda and guided by Newey's brilliance, could finally be poised to break through. If they sign just one of Russell or Verstappen, the balance of power in the sport could shift dramatically. But if they manage to land both, Formula One may be on the verge of a new golden era, filled with fierce rivalries, complex dynamics, and racing theater that will be remembered for years to come. What do you think? Should George Russell stay loyal to Mercedes or take a leap of faith with Aston Martin's project? And if Max Verstappen joins the same venture, will it lead to glory or implosion? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest from the world of Formula One.